Okay, I'm trying to get started on this coffee table today. Do some work on it, among other things. But just wanted to get a quick shot here as I was tearing it down. Of course, I've already got turn the camera around here maybe where we can see. I've already got the legs off of it. Legs off, of course there's the top. Somebody in the past has been working on this table. It's got some boards here attached to the top of the leg. Had it anchored in there. They're just old pine boards, and they're put on here with nails, it looks like. Of course, we're going to fix all that, but that's why it was rickety. The screws in it were loose, and the bolts that hold it together. I'm going to take the feet off. They're put on here with bolts and nuts. I'm going to take the feet off. We've added a piece here, where you can see it or not from that far away, but trying to stabilize it, and then they just nailed it. So I'm going to pull this off, pull all these nails out. I'm going to take the feet off of it, and that way I can make patterns of the legs and the feet, and get all that worked out. That'll give me an opportunity to get it cleaned up. If there's any glue that needs to be cleaned off and replaced, I'll get that. So okay, we're back here with working on the parts for the coffee table. I've been trying to get a little of this finish off. I thought I'd stop and take a minute here and show a little progress. This is one of the feet, and this is what it was before. This dark, and They been scraping on a little bit with the cabinet scraper to get the finish off. I think maybe they just put shellac on it or something, and it's darkened over the years. But it's quite difficult to get it off. But I didn't want to use any strip or anything like that on it, so I'm going to continue to scrape all I can off it just scrape it off with a cabinet scraper, and then I'll go back and sand it. And we haven't made up our mind on the finish yet. I don't know if I'll go back with a little darker stain. Probably will, because you just can't get all of these dark spots out of it. So if we go back just a little bit darker than what's left, it'll take care of those. And of course, I got some repair work to do. This is the center section between the feet, between the legs. If you remember seeing it in the picture there. But I want you to look how somebody's worked it. They put it together originally. I think maybe originally it had 3 dowels in it. So there was one here and here. And I guess over time those got broken or something. Anyway, it looks like it's been repaired a couple of times, and they've got all these holes across here. And this didn't work out that well. So I'm sure the other one's going to be the same way. And here's the stretcher. I'll go ahead and show that. Here's the stretcher that was between the two, and they have put nails in here. It looked like they drove pretty good sized finish nails in here and then cut the heads off of them and stuck them in those holes. There was no glue on it. I guess maybe it was glued when it originally had the dowels in it, maybe. But anyway, there was no glue on it when I had to take it apart. Nothing but these nails, and they didn't go all the way through. So I know that they was driven in this board, and then the holes bored in the feet, and it was put together. So not very good. But anyhow, I'm going to pull these nails out, and I'm going to repair this thing. And I don't want to. And look at that. I don't know if you can see it or not. Look at that piece of quarter sawn white oak there. That flake in that thing is really nice. It really looks good. So I'm certainly not going to take any chances on not being able to use this piece. So what I'm going to do, I think, what I'll wind up doing is in this right here, I think what I'll do is cut me mortise across there. that entails this entire area right here where all these holes and stuff was. Just cut me a mortise. And then I think I'll go ahead and cut me one in this board too. So that I'll use a, I guess they call them loose mortise and tenon. Be a mortise in both pieces, but then I'll glue in a tenon in this board and let it dry and set up. Since I obviously can't make the board any longer, it's the right length, so I can get these nails out, clean this off, and then put me a tenon in this board that doesn't show. And then a mortise in that foot here. And then the tenon go in there, and that way I can glue it all together. So we'll actually wind up with a mortise and tenon joint. It'll just be, I guess, a loose mortise and tenon is what they call it. But anyway, that's what I've got in my mind to fix this with right now. That way I don't have to worry about damaging the edge of it or anything. I can just put it back together and it'll be the right length. And if I put a big long tenon on it, back in both pieces, or to make it pretty strong. So that's what I've got in mind there to fix that. Of course, here's one of the legs. Now, if you remember, the legs is up in there, and I don't know. Like I said, somebody has worked on it 2 or 3 times. So it had pieces of wood on top of those legs like this, and wasn't nothing but 2 nails in each one of them down through there. And then this piece here was screwed to the bottom side of the table. And then that was what was holding it on there. It was just rickety and wobbly. And so I don't think originally these legs was on this table. Or if they was, it was mounted in a different way. I don't think this piece of furniture has been like this from the beginning. So we're certainly going to do away with that. We're going to put a new piece up here to the top of these legs. I'm not sure yet how I want to do this. I may do me a mortise and tenon up here on this and attach the leg to it. We'll look at it more when I get all the legs cleaned up and see what kind of shape the top of them is in, and get over on the tabletop and see how much room I've got, and then I'll make a decision on how I'm going to proceed with that. But nonetheless, there'll be something besides 2 nails in there to hold it still, and none of that stuff had any glue on it, any glue of any kind. See, I haven't touched this. The top of this leg. I haven't touched it other than take the hammer and knock that piece of wood off of it and pull the 2 screw nails out that was driven in it there. There's 2 of them in it right there. And I pulled those out. And but I haven't touched it, haven't sanded it or anything on the end. So there wasn't any glue or anything on it. I'm really surprised that it stayed together and held up as good as it did this long. So when I get done with it, it's certainly going to be an extremely strong table. This is the drawer that was in it. I guess you can see the taper on the sides of it right here. That's how much this drawer is worn, sliding in and out of the thing. So the other side is just about as bad. You can see it, how it's worn down. So I'll be replacing those. I guess I'll wind up making a new drawer. It's got these dovetails on the side of it, but if I can get these apart, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I'll just make some new ones and put some new sides in it. That way we can get it back up to the proper thickness and replace the stuff that's worn out, build it up, and we'll get done with it. Why, it'll be like a brand new one again. So anyway, that's the progress thus far. I've got one leg completely scraped off here. I've got the other one in the vise over here, and I almost got it scraped off. I've got most of the finish scraped off of one of the feet. I got a little bit more work to do on the bottom side, although I'm not going to be overly particular about this area in here because it will be down and unseen. But got a little bit more work to do, and then some sanding. I'm going to have right some more sanding to do. But then we'll get started on the other one. This is the other set, the legs and the feet that's still together. I hadn't took that apart. You can see where they put these nails in here trying to hold it from wobbling. Of course, that didn't do much. It's nailed together all around. The feet and the legs right here put together with 5/16 bolt and nuts, which this is pretty good, but certainly no good down here. And you can see they turn them a different way, and we'll get all that straightened out. So, little progress report. I know there's some people watching the table and really interested in it, and I've had a couple calls to reproduce this thing and make some more, and so I'm going to make some of these tables. I'm going to fix this one for the lady that brought it up here. I'll get it all tip-top shape for her, but there's more people that really like it, really like the style and the size. So I think I'm going to have a couple of commission pieces, and I think I'm going to make me maybe a couple of pieces to have on hand to sell. This will be a fine piece of furniture, and you can always sell some good quality furniture. So I think I'll make me a couple to keep on hand to sell. So probably going to be a lengthy process here. Of course, I'll work on it different times. I got some more projects going on back up to some more projects, and I just delivered the toy parts for the week to the Appalachian Folk Toy Company, and they done put in another big order. He's going out to the dealer's going out on the road to shows and stuff now, taking a bunch with him, so selling those. So now I've got a big order for toy parts for delivery next Tuesday. So gonna have to have multiple projects going on at the time. Anyway, just wanted to check in with this, and I'll show a little bit more. I'll go ahead and edit this out and get it posted on YouTube and Facebook and wherever, so the people that's keeping up with this can see it. And when I make a little more progress, I'll shoot a little more video and show it to you, and maybe some progress on some of the other things that I get to working on here. So anyhow, thanks for watching.